How is President Trump's trade policy, particularly tariffs on China, Taiwan, India, reshaping the global markets, and how Bangladesh can share the advantages from this turmoil?
Yeah, so we have seen some very drastic measures from US. So 34% tariff on China, and then around very surprising, around 32% reciprocal tariff on Taiwanese goods except semiconductor, and then a sweeping 50% on India. So a few things are happening. So this is due to this. A lot of the businesses are going out of these countries. That is one opportunity for Bangladesh, obviously, and I think it's a very high time for us. We don't have much of the time window, a very short time window by this time to provide ease of doing businesses in Bangladesh and providing proper facilities and proper policy infrastructure in Bangladesh. It will be really important. Here, one thing also is that what is happening is that when many of the businesses from these countries, that China, Taiwan and India, when they are not able to access the US market anymore, then they are also looking for alternative markets, and this is also good in a sense. So new markets are being developed, and
so Bangladesh can take advantages from this.
That's a really
that's
big
very important. The policymakers
us.
of Bangladesh who are engaged with the export business to Western countries can listen it very carefully and can do favor to the country to increase our export and take the advantages of this United Nations General Assembly this time, because you are going to cover that from the spot, and we will connect you every day to get the latest update. I again want to come to Dr. Imadur Rahman, my very favorite gentleman. He collects the information, converts into knowledge, then converts into wisdom. I love to hear from you. How might Trump's approach to Russia, balancing sanctions with reported energy cooperation talks, affect US credibility among allies? Because, sir, I am concerned because Bangladesh is a fuel importing country, fully fuel importing country. No production we have except few gas.
So Trump's administration's policies, what is termed the dual track policy. So there is a strict sanctions, and then there is also some leverages in let's say energy sector or rare earth material and so on. This has created erosion of trust among the among the allies. It has also created that the allies are actually hesitated. They are in hesitation actually. What does US really want? And there is no consistency in terms of the policy and so on. And all of these things are actually creating a kind of like international strategic ambiguity that nobody knows exactly what's going to happen and so on. And this will actually the way I see it is that we will actually see a huge impact of this in the international trade. We will really see that inflation will go higher. We will really see that market will be more volatile. And then, as you have mentioned, that we have seen that that we are actually largely an energy importer country. So in that way, we will see a huge effect in our economy in near future.
Bangladesh should keep a very high priority concentration on this issue to be dependent on fuel.
This is a big question, and I think we need it deserves a much longer time for discussion. But I guess we should really look into alternative sources of energy, more into the green energies, more into solar power, more into hydropower, and so on. So I think we really need to look into those, and this could be the only way for us actually to
exactly. Everybody says India is in trouble because of tariff, Russia is in trouble because of sanctions, and Middle East is also trouble because United States is supporting shamelessly to Israel. My question is, 145% tariff has been imposed to China, but China is not giving any statement back. I want to get this statement kind of respond from Dr. Imadur Rahman, because he is a tech guy, but he is very concerned about the international affairs. Sir, what does China's retaliatory tariff strategy signal about Beijing's long-term economic and geopolitical approach?
Yeah. I want to start with this, that they have taken it really in a very political way. So first of all, what they started in China, they started to pass the message of national defiance and national unity. They started putting the historical resilience, all the historical framing, the Chinese nationhood and everything else related to surrounding that. And with that, actually, the Chinese government tried to bring the whole nation in one point. Hand in hand with that, they went for the trade sovereignty. That's very important because they want to go out of, move out of the depending on the US market. And I just saw the statistics that the year-on-year growth on the ASEAN market, the Southeast Asian countries, from the Chinese products was 22.5% compared to August 2024 and August 2025. So this is a big signal that really looking for alternative markets and reducing the need on American market and so on. With that, actually, one thing also they need is very important for them is institutionally they need to build resilience in their own economy. They need to look more into internal market, internal consumers and so on, and how they can provide more incentive for the companies and the consumers actually to consume it locally. Where it's also more than 1 billion people and very large middle class. So China is doing all of these together. With that, at the same time, building the story of national resilience and unity. And that is why they are very quiet, and I think they are doing the real stuff.
Sir. We are depending on our RMG #1 for export market, but still the foreign medias are telling us, why don't your government concentrating on tech, on fintech, on homegrown technology to export this, because we have still the 7 SOP, that is 7 USP. Unique selling point, that is cheap labor, electricity is available, gas is available, land is available, good investment return. I want your advice to the government, to the young generation, to the entrepreneurs, how to make tech as an export product from Bangladesh.
Very good question. To me, the main problem is we really need to create the critical competence in the country. So you see, like if I take a little bit longer, many years ago, it was the electricity infrastructure that decided whether a country is going forward or not. Then we came into the information infrastructure, ICT infrastructure. If this is on a certain level, then you actually proceed or not. And then very soon we are going into the third era, which is the intelligence infrastructure. The more AI you have inbuilt in your systems and so on, the better you will be positioned, you will be in terms of trade and business and economy and so on. So first and foremost, what we really need to do is that we need to create relevant educational courses and bachelor degree and master's degrees in the universities, so that we create the competences. Without competences, nothing will move forward. So that should be the starting point for government. And then number 2 is the ease of doing business. We really need to make sure that a very good initiative from BIDA is that an investor can come and do a number of processes in one place. So these kind of reforms are really needed. Without this, if an investor or an entrepreneur comes and then he needs to go to 15 offices just to start his or her business, then nothing will flourish. So that's a big reform that we really need to happen. It's happening now, which is a very good,
very positive guidelines. I really appreciate you, sir. Before we end the show, as our international commentators was saying about the Nepal, here is the result has come, ladies and gentlemen. Nepalese Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has resigned as anti-corruption protest escalate. We have concluded the show with some development in Nepal's going on, but I have one more things to share with you. Leo Tolstoy, very famous renowned Russian novelist and philosopher, author of War and Peace and Anna Karenina, he has birthday today. On the other side, there is a popular Indian Bollywood superstar known for his versatile action in acting in action, drama and comedy, Akshay Kumar, he has birthday today. From International Affairs show of SATV, we want to convey our good wishes to them. And today is International Day of Protect Education from Attack. Today is 9th September. We wish no child should risk death to learn. Attack on schools surged by 44%. United Nations has declared this day special. I really appreciate both of you gentlemen